Super Megafest!
Welcome to the 2015 Fall Super Megafest here in Framingham, Massachusetts at the Sheridan Hotel. My name is David Ciccariella. We're going to go inside the Super Megafest, talk to celebrity guests, people dressed in costume, and see some amazing things. Let's go. I'm now with John Schneider. How are you enjoying the Super Megafest?
I'm having a great time. Congratulations on your now long career.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Now,
I was his first interview.
he was.
How cool is that?
5 years ago. Let's go to a footage right now. I have a special privilege to talk to John Schneider from both Dukes of Hazzard and Smallville.
Look at that.
That's right. When I last talked to you 5 years ago, the finale of Smallville didn't happen at that point. The season just started at that point, and you came back. How was the finale filming that? That was amazing to watch.
I loved it. I think the series finale of Smallville is one of the best finales of a television show ever. There are those, I understand, that wanted to see more of Clark in the suit, wanted to see more of Superman. But I think I probably told you then, that's not Smallville, that's Superman. So I think that Miles and Al and the powers that be at Warner Brothers and WB did an absolutely perfect job in ending that wonderful series. And the fact that I'm the man, which I couldn't have told you then, I'm the man that hands the boy the suit that allows him to become Superman is a tremendous honor for me.
Of course, you played the ultimate father, Jonathan Kent, but what did Jonathan teach you about becoming a better parent for your own life?
Wow. Listen. There's a tendency for parents to be, a tendency for people. We're in an age where people are standing with people and texting the next people they're going to ignore, right? So what I learned through playing Jonathan was to listen to my kids, listen to my children, listen to their problems or their successes, and be an attentive parent. Doesn't mean you have to act on anything, but just listen. People don't like to be ignored. Kids are people, contrary to popular belief.
With Dukes of Hazzard, they had this controversy recently about the flag on the General Lee.
Yeah, but I think that's gone away. I think that was just the controversy of the week. Obviously, with what's going on in the world, there are far more heart-wrenching, terrible things to be concentrating on, to be thinking about. And so I think we live in a day and age where the internet makes it so people want to be part of whatever the controversy of the week is. Sadly, Dukes of Hazzard was a victim of collateral damage with all of that mess. But I think it's blown over, and perhaps the show will be back on one of these days. The greatest family show, most moral perhaps, and exciting show ever done. And the world wants to poo-poo on it, and that's too bad.
But with you and your co-stars here this weekend, it shows that people love the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, revisionist history, I think, is an absurdity, and hopefully that'll all go away.
Now, what are you currently?
Hopefully, revisionist history will go away. There's something funny about that. Never mind.
That's okay. What are you currently working on? You have a lot of projects in the pipeline.
Well, I have my studio in Louisiana. We did 3 movies there this year. We have 3 films submitted to Sundance this year. Don't know if any of them have been accepted yet. We did a Shakespeare festival there, so it's a great thing right outside of Baton Rouge. That's called John Schneider Studios. Plus, every Tuesday night, beginning again in January, I do a show with Tyler Perry. He writes and directs. It's called The Haves and Have-Nots. Great show. It's our 4th season, I believe. #1 show on cable on Tuesday nights. So a lot of fun. Good show. And I play a really bad, nasty, terrible, more of a Lionel Luthor character than a Jonathan Kent character on that show.
I'm now with David, and you brought the General Lee today.
Yes, I did. It's a '69 Charger used in the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard.
And of course, the Dukes of Hazzard are here at Super Megafest. Isn't that exciting?
Yes, I met John Schneider and Catherine Bach about 15 minutes ago, and they came out, took some photo ops. They signed my car for me. I got a picture with them. That was pretty cool. That made my day. Actually, it made my year.
Let's look on the roof. The flag is still there.
Yes, it is, and that's the way it's going to stay. I'm not taking it off. Even John Schneider, he was amazed at how nice the clear coat on the roof was with all the different colors painted on there.
Well, we're all glad that you kept it there because, you know, it is the symbol for the show.
And it's part of history. You don't erase history.
I've never actually sat in a General Lee before. This is exciting. Okay, he's going to go around the other side. I'm going to go right in here. Now, the Duke boys, if I remember right, the Duke boys, they jumped in through the windows?
Right, yes. In the TV show, they welded the doors shut for safety precautions because they raced the car. They weren't really welded for real on all the cars. They all actually really opened. Plus, you know, I'm a little short, so it's harder for me to jump through the window. And I actually put the locks back in, so it might hurt a little bit more trying to hop in the window.
John Schneider and Catherine Bach both signed the autographs. And what do they say?
Okay. John Schneider, he said, keep it between the ditches. And signed his name, John Schneider, Bo. And he did it on the driver's side of the glove box. And Catherine Bach, she got it on the middle of the box because she was always riding in the middle of the car. She signed hers, love this General Lee, OX, Catherine Bach, happy face, Daisy.
Wait a minute, so I can press the horn.
A little bit of gas.
Are you serious?
A little bit. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is exciting.
All right, now just hold the button down.
Now I'm standing with Ash from The Evil Dead, but you're a female Ash.
Sure, why not?
What inspired you to dress up like the famous Bruce Campbell character?
It's groovy.
It is groovy.
It is groovy.
Let's see your chainsaw arm.
I think the batteries actually wore out, but there you go.
Hey, it's still impressive. I like it.
Thank you.
It's you have to walk around with that all day.
Not too shabby, you know, just got a little cushion there. It's not too bad. I'm usually Ghost Rider, so this is much easier.
And you got the boomstick.
I got my boomstick. That's smart.
Yeah, remember kids don't play with that at home. But most importantly, what do you have in your left hand?
Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Don't play with this at home, kids.
I mean, look what happened to her. She played with it, and yeah.
You know, lost a hand, got some scars.
I'm now with WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
This has been super mega awesome and super mega stratifying.
What was one of your favorite matches working with the WWE?
You know, there's a few, obviously. I've had many matches that I have a special meaning for different, various reasons. My favorite match probably was my final match for a number of reasons. You know, Amy and I got to wrestle together, my bestie. We had a great rivalry. Fans dug that. At that point, we were really hating each other. I retired as champion. I retired. It was in my hometown. So, you know, things like that make it a really memorable moment for me. But, like, I have to give a mention to my WrestleMania match with Mickey James. I guess we had sort of gotten to the peak of what women's wrestling started to become. And just having that match and having the reactions we did and things like that and having a storyline that, you know, was maybe 6 months long and it culminated to that big moment, which is what the guys have and the girls didn't really, you know, have as much. It was memorable for that moment.
It must have been great to see now, even though you're retired, to see the women's wrestlers now make a comeback.
Yeah, the Divas Revolution is happening, and it's great. You know, obviously, when we laid the groundwork, you know, and definitely you could tell the fans were ready for it. You know, I think when it was like I retired and Amy retired and eventually Mickey left, so fans were just kind of like, whoa, where'd our wrestling go? You know, and so now it's come back and they're amazing and there's some really great talent right now and it's exciting time for women.
And I got to talk about you being inducted to the Hall of Fame. Talk about that experience, being on stage with all your peers watching you.
amazing experience. You know, you go into this business and you want to be the best in the business. That's what you set out to do. That's what I set out to do. So to be acknowledged by my peers, my coworkers, and have that moment was, you know, amazing for me. And to be that, you know, it gives you a moment to sort of reflect and go back and think about the amazing career I had. But not only that, but the amazing people that got me to that point and really, you know, elevated my career and helped me elevate the game entirely. So yeah, it was really awesome.
I'm now with Mick Lawless, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
I'm loving the Super Mega Fest, man. Every year, we've been here zillion years, it seems.
And you've been playing for the past, what, 5 years or more?
I believe actually since 2009, so you do the math. Probably more than like 6 years, I guess it is now, with Loose Salute.
Tell us a little bit about your band.
Well, Loose Salute, the name Loose Salute is taken from a Michael Nesmith solo record. Michael Nesmith was the guy from the Monkees. Mike was the guy with the hat, wrote tremendous music. Kind of flies under the radar a lot of times. A lot of people don't realize how great his music and how great a songwriter he was. So we pay homage to him. We do a lot of Monkey songs. We do classic roots Americana and surf rock, and we try to mix it all in. Last night we did the Come Together concert in the ballroom with Peter Tork and the legendary Bobby Hart of the Boyce and Hart songwriting team. So it was a lot of fun, and it was a thrill for me because these cats were, you know, idols of mine when I was a kid. So Bobby Hart and Tommy Boyce wrote great songs. Last Train to Clarksville, Stepping Stone. It's endless how many songs that team wrote. And Peter Tork, you know, the original Monkees member.
We're at your table here. What do you have for people
Well,
today?
I specialize in great, delicious, sexy vinyl records, which is my passion and has been forever. So when the digital age of CD came in, you know, way back, I wasn't really thrilled with that. And I'm very, very happy to say that vinyl is back. All right, so I mix in vinyl with vintage posters, Beatles, anything from the 50s rock and roll era right through to the current. So that's kind of what my shtick is. So, and you can find me at the Nevermind shop, by the way. Do a little shameless plug here for my store. The Nevermind shop is located on Route 140 in beautiful downtown Upton, Massachusetts.
I'm now with Grodd.
Yes, Gorilla Grodd is here at Super Mega Fest. Where are you?
I'm right here, though.
How are you, friend?
Good. Don't mind control me, or that's not very good. You have your mind control helmet on.
Yes, I do. I'm capturing the minds of all watching.
Now, the Flash is,
Flash! I hate the Flash.
Somehow I knew he was going to say that. Now, a fake imitation of you is on the Flash TV show.
Yes. Don't you love TV? He's a tinier version of me. What do you have here? Love letters to your crushes.
Flash, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say Flash is my crush. He's one violent gorilla. And my mother always said, be careful of gorillas when you go to a zoo.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd, the king of all gorillas.
Now I'm with Bruce Boxleitner, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest convention?
I am. I've just got a little jet lag. I flew in from the West Coast late last night. I'm actually Richard Dean Anderson.
You guys don't look the same, but okay.
I'm replacing him. Apparently he couldn't make it, so...
But you've been here before.
Yeah, 2 years ago I was probably at this same table. So it's a little deja vu all over again.
Now, years ago, did you work on Mary Tyler Moore show?
That was my... God, you did something there. That was my first job in Hollywood. I had about a couple, 3 lines. Got my Screen Actors Guild card on that. Yeah, I did.
How was the cast?
Phenomenal. I mean, that was a show that was still at the peak of its popularity. I was thrilled because that's something we actually watched at home. Yeah, I was brand new out there and hitting around doing, getting small bit parts. That's how it started. So they were amazing, you know. I just saw Ed Asner a little while ago at a screening, and I reminded him of that, and he actually remembered. And he's God, in his late 80s.
How was working with Kenny Rogers and the Gambler?
He was the man. We had a ball. God, how many hours together that? Because we did not only the first one, which was 2 hours, then the subsequent Gamblers were all two-nighters, so they were like 2 hours, a night. So, God, I did probably my longest running series was with him, But he was great. Never met anyone who was so enjoyed his success. First of all, he's a phenomenal, singer. I saw him about a year or more ago in L.A. He did a brief concert tour, smaller venue. He hasn't lost it a bit. He packed them in fact. You forget how many hit songs he really had. So he's a great guy, great guy.
Finally, what current projects are you working on?
Well, I just finished a series for the Hallmark Channel. And we didn't get picked up for a fourth season, which was, it's okay, All things, whether it's your 15th season or your second season, it's all going to end sooner or later. I've been around long enough to know that. So I've just got one in development with their Hallmark's Mysteries and Movies channel, which I'm going to do a crime-fighting story, a detective type of thing again. We're trying to resurrect the detective because we've had over these last 20 years or so the forensic type detectives, and it's actually a genre that has kind of disappeared from television. It was such a staple. Tom Selleck has his Jesse Stone mysteries, which he did for CBS, and he's brought them over to the Hallmark thing. So he's doing it, and I'm doing one. I've got in development now. So hopefully by summer.
That sounds really cool.
It is. It's sort of got an NCIS kind of feel. I have the same color hair as Mark Harmon, but and I'm going to have a small crew of younger folks underneath me.
I'm now with Emma Frost, the White Queen. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
I'm having a great time. I'm just here with my friends and having one last hurrah for the holidays.
Not only friends, X-Men friends. There's a big X-Men photo shoot. You must be thrilled to be part of it.
I can't wait. We've been planning this for a while now.
What inspired you to be White Queen? I mean, there's so many different X-Men.
I already had the costume. I commissioned it, so I figured, I don't have to work on it.
What's White Queen's special powers?
She is a psychic, probably one of the strongest ones next to Xavier. And she can control minds, and the secondary power is her diamond skin.
I'm now with Bobby Hart, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Having a good time, thank you.
And you guys played last night. That must have been really fun to play with Peter.
It was fun. I haven't done that for a long time, many years, and so Peter Tork and I did 3 songs. It was well received and well worth the effort on our part because we had a lot of fun.
Awesome. Now you wrote so many legendary songs for the Monkees and for other artists. How'd you get first teamed up with Bobby?
With Tommy Boyce?
Tommy, yeah.
I met him through my record producer. I came to Hollywood at 18 years old to get a record deal, and I did within 4 months. And my producer introduced me to Tommy, and we became friends right away.
After the Monkees ended, you toured with Davey and Mickey, correct?
76, 77. We toured for a couple of years, did a Southeast Asian tour, and that was a lot of fun. It was no rehearsal required. We did Monkees hits and Boyce and Hart hits, and we just had a lot of fun.
It must be amazing that people are still loving your songs to this day, and they're just classics.
Who would have thought 50 years later, right? And they're still, people still remember them and enjoy listening to them.
Now I'm with Kevin McNally. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Well, I've only been here an hour and a half, and I've already had like 3 hours worth of fun, so I think it's going to go very well.
There are a lot of pirates here today. That must be fun to see.
There have been about 3 pirate groups. Just let me show you. Presented a letter of commendation here by the Rogues Armada for bringing piracy back to the world. So I'm very, very pleased to have that. There's a whole load of pirates down in the stairwell. You can get a picture taken with them in a cage. And so pirates seems to be really popular at this convention.
You must have had no clue that when you were working on the first one that it was going to spawn onto so many sequels.
Absolutely not. I thought it was going straight to video. But that was actually when I read the script, and not because the script was bad, but because at that point, nobody had made a pirate film for 20, 30 years, I think, since the time of Errol Flynn and Tyrone Power, you know, those 50s movies. So it was a complete surprise to me that the public took to it so well. I must say, when people like Jeffrey Rush and Johnny Depp were attached to the show, I guess I had an idea it was going to be quite special, you know. Nobody could guess that come 2015 I'll have just finished making the 5th installment, no.
It must be fun going back on the Pirates ride in Disney World, Disneyland, and just being a part of that world now.
Yeah, it really is. Although I've sort of overdosed on Disneyland a bit because we always have our premieres there, and I get very used to being able to not queue for the ride. So it's been a long time since I've actually taken my kids who are grown up now, and actually, you know, been part of that experience. But now you put it in my mind again. Now maybe I'll go again.
Awesome. Now, could you give us a hint about the next Pirates movie that you mentioned?
Yes, it's all about. And what happens is they...
Wow, I think we just had an audio problem because I couldn't make out what you said. You look completely different from your photo, I have to say that, from the Pirates photo.
Well, it'd be pretty sad if I went around looking like that, wouldn't it? I'd probably be arrested.
I'm now here with Dr. Fate. I am standing, and you're floating.
Correct. It's all in the mind.
That is outstanding. I've never seen somebody float at a Comic-Con before.
Well, sometimes I fly. I'm also known as the Iron Bat, so whatever I'm doing, whether I'm flying with my wings or with the power of my mind, it's just what I do. I'm just hanging out, having a great time. Everybody's having a great time at Super Mega Fest. As always, this is my favorite convention of all, and we always have a great time here.
I'm now with Addy Miller, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Oh, it's a blast so far. It's really great.
Awesome. And now you were the first ever zombie on The Walking Dead, right?
Yes, that would be me.
And how long did that makeup take to get put on you?
It took about 2.5 hours. They had weeks and weeks of process to get it. They had to do face molds, they had to do a bunch of fittings, and they had to measure my eyes for contacts. So, I mean, 2.5 hours is not that bad compared to how long it really could have ended.
You talk about how filming went for that scene.
Oh, it was really fun. You know, I was a 10-year-old at the time, so I was prancing around on set, dressed like that, trying to scare people. But, I mean, it was so much fun on set. They were all really great to work with.
Now, are you still a fan of the show and still watch it?
Of course. I mean, once you start watching it, it's impossible to stop watching. And, yeah, I'm really into it.
Does any scene scare you as a viewer?
Not really. I mean, once you're on set and you see the process of how everything's being made and how the walkers are made, I mean, I still get scared for the characters. I'm like, no, you can't kill that person or you can't kill that person. It keeps me really intrigued.
What other current projects are you working on?
I actually have a film out on DVD right now called Dark Places, and it's starring Charlize Theron, Christina Hendricks, Nicholas Hoult, and Chloe Grace Moretz.
I'm now standing with Jack-O-Lantern.
That's me.
That's him. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
It's like Halloween, and I like Halloween. Everybody's dressed up, and that's what it's all about.
Where's your arch enemy, Spider-Man? I don't see him.
He's around here somewhere.
Well, that's why you have that pumpkin bomb for him, right?
Exactly. Oh, Captain America also hates me too.
Can you see okay through that pumpkin?
Yeah, the flames don't bother me at all. I'm used to it. My face is all melted and stuff. I don't care.
I'm now here with Judith Hoag, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Having a blast. I'm a Boston girl, even though I don't have the accent. And so it's fun to come back and do this one town away from where I went to school.
Now, of course, you're April O'Neil in the original Ninja Turtles. What was that experience like?
It was really cool. What we didn't know was that it would still be relevant today. You know, it's very unusual that you get to do a movie that 25 years later people are lining up to say hello to you or to talk to you about, and that it really resonated with people. So it's a cool thing. We feel honored.
Now, to prepare to play April, did you watch the cartoon or read the comics before?
No, I had no idea what it was. I really didn't. I was like, that is the weirdest title I have ever heard in my life. And I thought, I don't even want to read the script. But then I did read the script. And it was a charming story. And I'm so glad that I had the agent that I had then who said, no, read the script. I'm not sending you. And this is a good thing. I was like, Michael, I don't want to do horror films. Although now I totally do horror films. But, you know, you're young and stupid.
Well, you're working with 4 Turtles.
Yes, and that was sort of odd at the time. And now it's working for Megan Fox.
So how are you enjoying the new films?
I haven't actually seen the new films. They wrote me a part in the second one. That's going to come out summer 2016. I guess in the meantime, I should probably watch the first one. Although it's not necessarily, I kind of know the story. I was excited to do it because I love that the franchise is continuing. Although there were people who were not exactly thrilled that I chose to jump into that. But Michael Bay is somebody that I've worked with before.
And what are you currently working on?
For the last 4 seasons, I've been doing a show on ABC called Nashville. That's been a blast, and it's taken me into a whole new genre of country music and a whole part of the world that I really hadn't spent any time in before. And I absolutely love Nashville. I recommend, if you've never gone, go. It's a cool town.
And here is going to be one of the largest X-Men photo shoots. I'll be sitting down shortly. Look at all these X-Men here. There's the leader, Professor X. How you doing, Professor X? How are you doing?
I'm doing quite well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It must be great to be the leader of everybody.
Yes, it's very great to be the leader of everyone.
And then you have
we are all leaders here. We mutants are one. Except for him. He's out.
Yeah, but you guys have friends sometimes.
We are. He's my best friend.
Xavier and I have settled our differences for sure.
What differences did you have?
Well, our beliefs have been on opposite ends for a long time.
Oh, like which one decides on the pizza toppings? Pepperoni and mushrooms, am I right?
I try to convince them, but as you can see, I can't.
It's the helmet.
It's the helmet.
I'm safe. It's all good.
What is the helmet made? Oh, hey, Deadpool, how you doing?
Cheese or pepperoni, but what about sausage? That is the big question here.
It's like I am talking to the X-Men because there's Deadpool in the background as always.
Background? No. I'm right in the front. You see me everywhere.
Your movie's coming out soon.
Yep, my big old movie. It's my big break, you know? It's where everyone's gonna learn about me, everyone's gonna know about me, everyone's gonna see my booty.
Look, I mean, just all the X-Men are here.
Yeah, I got all my sidekicks.
Forge, that's Forge from the X-Men. That's Arcade. How you doing, Arcade? You didn't trap them today in your arcade.
No, I got to put them in Murder World. I got to get them all in Murder World. I'll get them there, don't worry.
That's right. I love your bow tie.
Thank you very much.
Bow ties are cool. How are you doing, Shadowcat?
Just fine, thank you.
Man, you can get out of if this gets too crowded, you can go through the walls.
Obviously.
That's right. Oh, and you have your little dragon with you?
Lockheed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's only a baby.
He is. I'm his mom.
Okay. Everybody needs to be a mother of something.
Mm-hmm.
You're the mother of dragons.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not X-Men characters.
Oh, we're visiting this planet today after mine was blown up, so going on a vacation.
Yeah. Just trying to get off the desert planet for a little while.
Break, yeah.
So, without any further introduction, Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia.
Yeah. How's it going?
I'm doing okay. I mean, it must be great to see a different group of people.
It is. We just kind of wanted to check out and see. This kind of reminded us of the cantina, all these different creatures and everything.
Yeah, I've definitely been missing home, but we're chilling out here at Super Megafest just to have fun anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe you can sneak in a photo with the X-Men. They won't even notice.
Yeah, I would be down for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't have any superpowers, but you kind of do.
These buns are like superpowers.
Yeah, buns of steel.
Buns of steel.
Now I'm standing with Beast. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Hello.
Now you're Beast in a suit. Why don't you want to wear your action gear?
Well, this isn't time for action right now. It's peacetime.
I'm now with Caroll, Spinney, Big Bird, and Oscar from Sesame Street. How are you enjoying being at the Super Megafest?
Oh, it's great fun.
I love talking to the people who like the characters.
Fantastic. Now, recently they announced that Sesame Street is going to be on HBO, and then the repeats are going to be on PBS. How do you feel about that?
Well, it really will work out very well. For one thing, they kind of almost saved the show because we needed a big infusion of money. And we used to make money with selling the toys, and we got 10% of each toy price. But unfortunately, there's so many other children's shows now, and they all make their own toys. We only get 1/10 of what we used to make in profits. They had to have the money to make the show on. So HBO has come along, and they're going to they're immediately making 36 shows per year instead of 18. We slipped way down that low because we didn't have the money to produce the shows. So it's a really good thing. And actually, we have a whole season for PBS that nobody's seen. That will be on the HBO. And then the new ones we make after that will be, we've already got those made. And then they completely give them for free to PBS. So it won't be, and they won't be seen by everybody because not everybody can afford HBO. But on the other hand, kids won't be left behind.
Now, I'm curious about the Big Bird suit. Now, when you were shooting an episode of Sesame Street, how long do you have to be in that suit for?
Well, I get in and out in a matter of seconds. If we do a scene, often there's many stops made because there's things to be set up for different parts. It's much more elaborate a show than it used to be. And so I've been in it for only short minutes. Then I climb in again. But it's part of the work. Hard work is to get back in and get everything situated again, because it's not everything. I get in there. Some of the feathers have managed to now be on the inside. I can't see my monitor or scripts. So that's part of the hassle.
Have you find it to be more challenging the older you get to be in that suit?
Yeah, well, definitely, because it was very athletic a job. When I used to do concerts, I would lose 3 or 4 pounds in an hour. And I was happy to stop doing those, actually. I stopped that when I was 50. Now I'm on 30 years older than that. So.
Now, what's one of your favorite special guests that you had on Sesame Street?
Well, I think it's because I got to know him best, was Waylon Jennings. We got to be great, close friends. One time, Waylon says they only have 4 friends who they really like to spend time with. Somebody named Johnny and June, I don't know who they were, and then Deb and I. And so I said, well, you're very flattering, thank you. But we loved them. They were so nice. And he died at only 63. And he was just fabulous.
I'm now standing with Danielle, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Oh, I love it. This is my first one, and it's been a really good experience so far.
Awesome. And who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as Princess Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, very good. Now, you were recently also attended the Rhode Island Comic-Con.
I did, yes. I was there for all 3 days, yeah.
Fantastic. And who did you dress up at the Rhode Island Comic-Con as?
So my main costume was I was Plays with Squirrels from Boy Meets World to go meet Will Friedle, and I had a Mr. Feeney with me, so that was a lot of fun.
How did Will react when he saw you?
Oh, he loved it. He gave us the Feeney call. I actually gave him a little moose with a veil on it, so it's his moose plushie. It's his bride. He married a moose. So it was really fun. He loved it. He took a picture with us, and it was a lot of fun.
And what do you love about Disney, since you're dressed as Belle?
I love everything about Disney. What I love about Belle is that she is, an outcast in a way, and that was something as a kid I read a lot, and I wasn't really, I was bullied a lot in school, so that was kind of like my Disney princess, and I just related to her, so it's a lot of fun to kind of be an adult now and still have that childhood sort of thing.
I'm now here with Steve Boone and Jerry Yester of the Love and Spoonful. How are you guys enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
It's a mind blower.
You guys performed last night.
Yeah, it was a great thing to do. You know, working without a drummer is sort of a handicap for a bass player, but it was great. It came off real good, and I really enjoyed doing it. Yeah.
Now, you're an original member of the Love and Spoonful. How did you meet John Sebastian all those years ago?
I'm the late guy, joined in '67, but I knew John and Zolly really well before the Spoonful got together. John and I made records together before the group.
And I met John and Zolly on a lark, really. I came into New York to pick up a motorcycle I'd shipped back from Europe, and my older brother Skip, who along with Joe Butler had the first rock band in Greenwich Village, and they suggested I go meet John and Zolly and bring my bass with me, and the rest is history.
Do you guys have a favorite song? Do you guys like to play in concert?
One of my favorites is Didn't Want to Have to Do It, for old sentimental reasons.
Oh, I have to say Summer in the City, because it's certainly the song that got my name on the charts. And I also happen to just love the song, even if my name wasn't on it.
What was one of your favorite talk shows to do back in the 60s to perform music on?
Mostly what we would do was have a talk with the host of a music show. And Dick Clark was always the ubiquitous, friendly guy to talk with. But my personal favorite of all of the people that I worked with was Cousin Brucey, because he had a radio show then, but when he morphed into his television show, he was a big fan of the Spoonfuls too. So yeah, Cousin Brucey was always a cool guy to talk to.
And of course, Ed Sullivan, who on the last time we were on introduced us as the Love and Spoonful Combo.
Many of the songs, a lot of the songs are still classics to this day. It must be so rewarding to you that people are still singing along to these songs.
We sure didn't think it would be that way back then.
No, we didn't. We didn't trust anybody over 30. Now we don't trust anybody under 30.
I'm now here with Chris, and what did you bring today?
Yes, I brought the world's most famous car, the Batmobile. The first car that had a cell phone, and the first car that had wireless internet computer service. As you can see, the detectoscope, bat U-turn lever, the bat ram, the oscilloscope. All these bat features were made to represent the pow, bam, bang as in the TV show, and we took the bat features and built them into the car, not as a face.
You have Julie Newmar's signature.
Julie Newmar, the original Catwoman herself, had signed this for me a few years back. She's a wonderful woman. As you can see, we have the jet rockets in the back.
Yes, you do have so much Batman stuff in here, and you have a Batman clock, is that?
That's an oscilloscope, a real oscilloscope. We've got a Batman clock, yes, and the jet engine throttle quadrants.
Bill, thank you so much for bringing here at the Super Mega Fest. I'm with Darth Vader. How you doing?
Good. It's always a good day on the dark side.
So you have your lightsaber? It's red.
Yes.
What do you do with that?
I fight the evil rebel scum as I find them.
So you're not the evil, but the evil is the rebel scum.
Oh, the dark side is the right way. We have cookies.
I'm now with Sam Grillo, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Good, it's a lot of fun. It's my first vending experience at a Comic-Con before, so it's really interesting to meet everybody. It's a lot different from when you're vending than when you're at a Comic-Con.
Wow, that's amazing. So this is your first convention. You brought your artwork with you.
Yes, I did. It's all hand-drawn or hand-painted, and then I have reprints of them. The oil painting behind us is a big Iron Man painting. It took over 100 hours, and it took over a year to complete.
How did you get into doing art in the first place?
My family is just artistic in itself, and I taught myself. It's all self-taught except for the oil painting. I take classes on Saturdays, but I grew up on science fiction and grew up on superheroes, so that's where I got my ideas.
And you offer people for commissions?
The one I'm working on now, somebody wanted it in color, so I'm coloring it for them. Yeah, I do commissions. I've done a couple tattoo commissions, and then some of these reprints that have come up are from commissions as well.
What characters are your favorite to draw?
My personal favorite superhero is Batman. I also like Iron Man, obviously, all the colors and everything involved in the pictures, but anything interesting I usually like.
Awesome. And what's this Rocky Horror Picture Show painting?
This is Rocky Horror Picture Show. It was the last oil painting I completed. We actually watched the movie for Halloween, but I also heard that there was going to be a play tonight, so I figured I'd bring it out and let people buy it if they would like to.
It's amazing. How long did that take to make?
Probably about 40 hours. Yeah, they take a lot of work.
Now I'm with Tatum O'Neal, and how are you enjoying being here at the Super Mega Fest?
Oh, it's fun. It's fun to see everybody, dressed up and having fun, and it's an honor to be here.
Awesome. And of course, you worked with Walter Matthau all those years ago in Bad News Bears. How was that working with him?
Amazing. I loved working with Walter more than any other actor.
At an early age, you won an Academy Award. What was that experience like for you?
It was really extraordinary. It was really an interesting experience and also an honor.
And now I'm standing with Mr. Sinister. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
Very nice. I just got here. I'm just walking around. I saw Cyclops and Gene Summers, so I'm probably going to have to go after them in a little bit.
And what inspires you to dress up like Mr. Sinister?
It's probably one of my favorite supervillains. Never really in the forefront, always in the background, just manipulating things, and I'm very calculative myself, and so I appreciated that about the character.
And how long did that take you to make?
I want to say a little over 200 hours, probably, with everything.
Wow.
It's been upgraded. I had this here last year. I've upgraded since.
And what is that in your forehead?
That is the source of my powers.
I'm now with Michael Winslow. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
I'm having a good time, man. I'm just enjoying. Oh, man. Hey, yo. Go on, man. Sorry, man. What was your question?
Thank you for getting rid of that gremlin.
I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I think he's a Tarantino fan. Hey. Go. Sorry.
What was his name?
That's Stripe. That's one of the Stripes, man.
So, but
just don't say nothing bad about him, because he's just gonna. Oh, come on, man. Hey, guess what? Guess what? Lucy Lawless is looking for him.
Okay.
Works every time.
All right, good. You were directed by Mel Brooks. How was that?
Yes, I was directed by Mel Brooks. It was great, man. I hope the Spaceballs 2 happens, and he promised he was going to put me in it. I have no idea what the heck I'm going to do, but I would love to be in another Mel Brooks picture. Any Mel Brooks picture.
You have an action figure from Police Academy.
That thing's
How's
still
that?
around.
Yeah.
There's no escape. I can't escape that thing. It doesn't make any noise.
It has his bullhorn, yeah.
We need to work on that. So I'm working on the next generation toys.
Any news if another Police Academy film will happen?
Well, Google News was reporting Key and Peele were writing the next script. So let's just see how they do. And I know they're working on it, but I'm wishing them luck. I really wish them luck on it. And let's just see what happens.
Okay, and final question. When did you discover you could make all those funny voices and do all those funny noises?
What funny voices and noises?
Dispatch all cruisers now.
Thank you. The Dukes of Hazzard is now ready for autographs. Please press pound now.
On the next episode of Dukes of Hazzard in outer space.
Hey, it's your back he's climbing, so it ain't mine, man.
Well, it's scratching my back. I like it. It feels good. Well, thank you so much, sir, for talking to me. I really
man.
appreciate
Thanks for having us, man. And you didn't have to interview him at all.
Nope. Just a pain in the back.
It's getting weird, man.
Yeah.
Man, ain't you got a girlfriend? Wrong planet.
Oh, how you doing, Deadpool?
I am very good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You're Lady Deadpool, right?
It appears so.
What made you dress like Deadpool today?
Because Deadpool's awesome and I love him. And I just wanted to be like, hey, Deadpool's a really cool guy. So I'm like, I'm gonna be you.
No weapons, though, today.
My mother wouldn't let me buy the weapons. Sadly, I'm not old enough yet, so I have to obey her rules.
That's okay. And are you excited for the Deadpool movie?
Obviously. I have posters in my room and everything.
I'm now here with Eugene Clark. How are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
I'm enjoying it a lot, David. How are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it quite well. So many guests here today, including yourself.
Yes.
Now, of course, you worked on Land of the Dead. How was it being directed by George Romero?
It was amazing. George is a great guy, And he gave us the chance to be creative too. So if you brought something to the table that he liked, it was great. If you didn't like it, he didn't use it.
And how was it applying all that zombie makeup?
I fell asleep, man. They had this a big plush barber chair, and I just reclined back and fell asleep. Took 3 hours to put on and 3 hours to take off.
You brought some heads with you.
Yeah, Trick or Treat Studios. They licensed this mask of me, and this is my likeness as a zombie. So do your homework, boy. And quit talking back to your mom and your dad. If you keep talking back, I'm going to come to have a conversation with you. Do you understand? Clean your room. Do your homework. You want what? How much money you want? Then do something for it.
You could go to Comic-Con, wear that mask, and nobody would know it's you, and it's actually you.
That's true. I did that once.
Oh, really?
I did it for a zombie walk. I wore it. Yeah, it's hot.
Cool.
It's hot. It was hot in Texas. 100 degrees with a mask on. No, first and last time.
Now, you also were in Tech War?
I was in Tech War, yes. I played Mufasa in The Lion King. In fact, go to www.imdb.com. You can check out my work. I did a lot of work before Land of Dead and a lot of work since. There's a new series called The Art of More, starring Dennis Quaid, Kate Bosworth, Christian Cook, and Carrie Hughes. That's on Sony's Crackle. It's a streaming on the internet, but it's free.
I'm now standing with a Cyberman from Doctor Who. What version of Cyberman are you?
10th Planet Cyberman from 1965.
So you fought against the first Doctor?
Yes, correct.
And what do you have there? What are you made out of?
It's cardboard and thin plastic, foam, tubing and stuff. It was relatively inexpensive to build.
How long did it take you to make?
A couple months.
Well, I can tell. That's amazing. What inspired you to dress like this character?
I love Cybermen, all the Cybermen, and this is a really classic version.
I'm now with Gary DiCarlo, and how are you enjoying the Super Mega Fest?
I'm doing great. Love being here. Love to meet people, new people, old friends, and I love performing.
And you performed last night, matter of fact.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That must be fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I told you I love when the audience gets involved in what I do, and they always give me a fun reaction, and it's just fun doing it, man. I love it.
I know. I felt like it should have ended after you last night because, your song perfectly, summed up the night.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you don't know the chant, you pick up on it really quick. But everybody knows the chant. I don't think as many people know that it has verses.
That's true. Yeah.
Because of all the sporting events, because that's all they do is just the chant.
You first knew that you could sing very well.
Well, that's a toughie. I always wanted to sing, and I always loved music. My father was a guitar player and sang. But the funny thing is that he took me to one of his friends who was a vocal coach, and he said, "This guy will never be a singer." So I just loved to sing, so I just kept doing it. And eventually, I guess I got to be a singer.
Could you tell me a little bit about the book?
Yeah, the book tells the story of why I wasn't on the road with the record. The people that you see on the album cover and also in that first black and white video were just a road group. They didn't have anything to do with the 45. They didn't play even on the album. They were hired to just go out and promote it. They're lip syncing to my vocal. I'm also a co-writer on that. They wanted me, the company and my producer wanted me to sing the entire album, which I wouldn't do. So that drove a wedge between myself and him as far as our business relationship and our friendship. And then the rest is kind of like history. Nana was actually written back in the early 60s. We had an office in Bridgeport, and it was just called Kissing Goodbye. It was a blues shuffle. The chant wasn't born until the night we went into the studio. And like I said, it was a drum track from one of my other singles called Sugar, written by Neil Sedaka also. And then it was just piano overdub, organ overdub, vibes. I played percussion on a board, and then we did the vocals. So anybody that tells you they played guitar, drums, or bass on that record, non-existent, didn't happen.
Well, that wraps up the fall 2015 Super Mega Fest convention. And as you can tell, it's a huge success with all the special guests, cosplayers, and so much more. My name is David Ciccariella. Thanks for watching.